Hey guys, it's Monkey back with the Fruit of Grisaia series. It's been about a week since I finished the first route I played, which was Michuru's. I decided to wait instead of... I put up the first video, and then the next 2 days I proceeded to completely just marathon it and completely finish the route. So I wanted to give it just a bit of time to settle before I went on and did this review of it instead of just uploading this the day after. So now that it's been a week, I've had some time to kind of, think about it a little more. I'm going to start off with a little bit of like a non-spoiler if you're deciding on which route to pick first. So I went by a guide, but more of like a little guideline to saying, listen, in these routes, spoil certain things about other routes. So the guide listed just, do the routes in this order, and you'll have the least amount of things spoiled beforehand. Which is what I liked. So that's why I stuck with, the route that I wanted to actually play first would have spoiled the most of any other route about the other characters. So I decided to go with the one that spoiled the least instead of the most. So it goes into more about her. It contains less of an aspect of dating than what I assume the other ones do. And I think it's actually the shortest route in the game. I mean, the game is supposed to have a total of 50 hours. And this one only took me like 2 or 3 hours at most to play. So I assume it's the shortest. I hope that, as of right now I have a total game time of 24 hours. But that's because... For one, the game was left on for about 5 hours by mistake, thinking my PC was off when it was actually on. So take 5 hours off of that. That's 19. And take the 2 or 3 hours off for Michuru's route, and that's... Well, that's only... sorry. That's only like 16 hours, which would make... would make some sense, which about the first... like half of the game, like the prologue, should I say, Act 1, no route, goes into a lot of detail about, just getting to know the characters before you do a route, which was good, because in Yukado Shoujo, you kind of meet the characters, decide if you're going to go with them, if not, move on. In this one, you more get time to sit with the characters, I changed, before I knew that, some routes spoiled other stuff, and I was trying to decide what route I wanted to go on. I changed my mind so many times in between, and it was just, so much, changing my mind, because, they started to show you, before you got into route, that, just because your introduction to the character is bad, doesn't mean the character is bad itself, because as you saw in my pre-roots video, I said that I wasn't a huge fan of Chiro, and now, after playing a route, I know that she doesn't suck as much as I thought she did before playing a route. So now it's gonna be, if I was going to give it a review out of 1 out of 10, I would probably put it around a 6 or 7. That's a lot of that to do with length. If I wasn't going to go based on length, I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8. But due to the length of it, I'm going to stick with 6 or 7. So now, it's just kind of due to the fact that there was no, the aspect. Alright, I'm going to start getting into spoilers now. So if you haven't played the route yet, I would now close the video out, whatever. So, the way that they did the fake dating just kind of annoyed me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. And I don't know a lot about medical, psychologically, science, or any of that stuff, but I don't know how true gaining the schizophrenic personality of a heart transplant is actually possible. Well, I have to know it's a video game, which is why, I didn't completely discredit it, because I actually kind of enjoyed the thought of that. Not the thought, but enjoyed the aspect that route had. It made it different than just, a typical slice of life story. It was interesting. And if it had a bigger length, which it kind of does, just not in English yet, if you count the Labyrinth of Grisaia or whatever one is coming out next month. It will probably end up being the first one I play when I get Labyrinth of Grisaia, whenever the English translation is finished for that. And, I kind of suspected from the start that the whole tsundere thing was a fake. I just didn't know it was going to be a fake through how depressing the story was. Jesus. It was just depressing. oh, like I really needed some like. If there's another visual novel, I probably would have started playing the next route right away. But I decided that I needed, I needed a couple days before I started playing the next route, which is what happened. I waited a couple days and I started playing another route, which will be the next one that happens. Obviously, and honestly, it'll probably be up the same time next week. I'll probably start playing it more tomorrow and then go from there. And then after, another little side note, that after I do finish all these visual novel routes, I'll be doing a review of the anime and probably the manga. I'll probably end up reading the manga too. And if this has actually been doing pretty well, so I'll probably end up doing this with the next visual novel I play, which I have a couple on deck to play, so that's good, yeah. So, in conclusion, I like the character. I wasn't a big fan of the fake tsundere act, but once that got dropped, I started enjoying the route a lot more than I did beforehand. I don't know how I feel about the character. I mean, if I was going to go ahead and review the character, pre-route, I'd probably give it like a 4 or 5. In the middle of the route, probably got boosted up to like a 5 or a 6, and then 7 or 8 by the end of the route when, in the little prologue that happened after the credits and the character became a lot more fleshed out. I liked it a lot more, but I did not like the beginning dumb fake tsundere act. But once they revealed the whole second personality thing and how by the end they're both whatever, really bumped my enjoyment of the character up a lot more. So in conclusion, I'd say that I'm not disappointed. I mean, this was the route that I probably thought I was going to enjoy the least because this is the character I liked the least beforehand. So it can only go up, right? So I will see you guys when I finish Yumiko's route. Later.